Libra, welcome to your quick reading from the Etruscan cave. So hopefully with the help of the ancestors, I'm sure they will. It's a super hot day here today in Italy. And I've come to the other side. Usually I film these over there, but something's been living in here, so and the hornet lives over there anyway, so we've changed perspective. So this is Alicia's spread, and where you're at the moment. The world. In the centre of your world. That's beautiful. Current expectations. Queen of Cups, to carry on looking after everyone, being the empath, the nurturer, very good to those around you. The unexpected. The unexpected. We'll build on these in a minute. The High Priestess. What does your intuition say? But really it probably means that something comes from your deep unconscious and knowing that you weren't quite expecting. Advice. Eight of Swords and the Ace of Swords. That's a good combination. It says unlock this kind of self-defeatist, negative, going round and round in circles, beating yourself up kind of thought with some real positivity, and be very, very clear about it with the Ace of Swords and where it's going. The Devil. Obsessions, maybe passion, maybe that's good. Let's see, let's build on this. What have we got in this one? Those are quite nice. I've got all sorts of cards here. We could just do some standard Rider-Waite for a moment. So, for the world, for Libra, from the ancestors, Seven of Wands, but beating everything else back in order to stay in the centre of your world, maybe feeling a little bit assailed. And then the Queen of Cups, there's so much that you love with the Ten of Pentacles. There's so much to look after. It's a very rich place for you to be in, a place of nurturing, so that's good. The High Priestess for the unexpected. The Ace of Pentacles, I'm liking this. There's something new that uses your intuition that you you're going to come across unexpectedly, that you could build into something rather mighty like the oak that lives above us. And couldn't be clearer, your advice. Thank you, ancestors. This is wonderful. Your advice with the Ace of Swords and the Eight of Swords is the Queen of Swords. She's the Queen of no nonsense. She's the opposite to the Queen of, the opposite of the Queen of Cups. So she says it like it is. When she's become too much of an empath with the Queen of Cups, and then she breaks out into the Queen of Swords, who's the sort of divorcee, very honest. This feels like being very honest with yourself to free yourself from whatever mental traps you've got yourself in. And then the Devil, this curious devil. What does this mean? Where they're going? There's a rebirth with death. There's a rebirth into passion. This is quite big. Its passion is being unlocked. That sounds fun. Could be quite obsessive, but I like it. So we'll build with these. So to build on the world and the Seven of Wands, we've got the Queen of Wands. So you've fought hard, I think, whoever I'm talking to be your own woman, and you are that, which is wonderful. Woman or man, you have become your own person. And then with the expectations of the Ten of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups, looking after all that you value so heavily, heartily. Been asleep. Sorry, this heat, it just does something to your brain, doesn't it? We have the Six of Pentacles and the Prince of Swords. So you expect to take some risks around being fairly treated and treating everyone else fairly. So this is like the reciprocity card, Six of Pentacles. So you are aware maybe that you tend to over care, and I think that you're prepared to sort of start now thinking about your own needs, which is really good. And that's where you think your journey is taking you. But then we've got this Ace of Pentacles and the High Priestess. Talk to us about that. Oh gosh, lovely breeze. Talk to us about talk to us about the Ace of Pentacles and the High Priestess, the Hanged Man, the Hanged One. Seeing everything from a completely new perspective. You are about to have this rebirth where you have to give up some stuff. And maybe like me, you need to do some tidying out. And I always think, in terms of magical practices, the universe is a balanced place. It likes us to give away before it gives us something new. Maybe there's something in order to gain this enlightened perspective of the High Priestess that you have to give away, but it is an enlightened perspective nonetheless. And then with the Ace of Swords, the Eight of Swords and the Queen of Swords, we've got the Princess of Pentacles, learning with the Page of Pentacles or the Knight of Pentacles. So yes, learning how to tend to yourself again, learning how to be like the student in the class who learns how to use all that positivity and doesn't get bogged down in the way that you have done before with bad thoughts. You've got to learn this again. See it like you're a student and you're just going to be really tough with yourself. Oh, I see. There's the mozzie. You're going to have a good old feast on me if I'm not careful, aren't you? Oh, there's loads of them. Should have brought my trousers down. That's a bit silly. Let's see if I can keep the dress around like that. And then the Death and the Hanged. Death and the Devil for where it's all going. The Death and the Devil. We have got the Moon, all these majors. So maybe a time of kind of not being so clear as you move into this passionate. Maybe you feel a bit tied to things and there has got to be a new start. That's interesting. We're going to keep building. We've got these ones we haven't used yet. God, I really am going to get this circling like crazy. I need to sort of... I can feel you've got me already, little devils. Right, little devils. Well, we're talking about the devil. So the world with the sense of sort of having fought to be your own unique person. From the Eight of Swords, that's interesting, that comes just before the end in your advice. Maybe it sometimes worries you how unique you are. Maybe there is a feeling that you don't fit in or that you're different from other people, something like that. Your expectations, the Ten of Wands with the Ten of Pentacles, and you're caring for all that you love, knowing it can get quite a lot. And so your expectations are that you need to start making it a bit fairer. But you do understand. And the Ten of Wands is the minor to the devil that turns up at the end. So you understand that your passion for sort of caring and tending for others can become too much. Maybe it needs to be balanced. The unexpected, we've now got the Magician. These are all majors. No, we've got 3 majors and an ace. So the unexpected is that you are going to suddenly be able to make what your will wants to have happen. Something that's deeply spiritual and requires a change of perspective, which might mean giving something up temporarily. Not temporarily, letting something go. And then some advice. The Seven of Pentacles and the High Priestess, who we've just seen in your unexpected. So this advice goes with this kind of being super positive with your Queen of Swords, the Ace of Swords, the letting yourself out of that Eight of Swords trap and learning to be more positive. It says do it, just go cleverly, one day at a time. Don't give up. There might be slips where you feel that you go back into some sort of mental cage. Is it about caring for people too much? Is it about your own self-perspective, not valuing yourself enough? And with it, the High Priestess. The High Priestess will lead you, is what it's saying to me. It's saying, trust your intuition. You will know how to get there. Just keep doing the steps every day. This Seven of Pentacles, the sense of building something with daily routine that's going to let you free. And then where it's going with the Moon, the Death card, and the Devil. Gosh, that's too many. Where is this going for Libra? From the ancestors, give us some guidance. Go away, mosquitoes. Do I take those two? I was really looking at the mosquitoes. 3 of Cups and the Empress. I think we do. 2 threes. They feel too perfect together. It goes to being the ultimate creator with passion from this unconscious in this new world, and having people to share it with the 3 of Cups. I just love that. So becoming very powerful. She's also not the sweet and sort of kind-looking Empress, is she? She's got, because the Empress is a combination of all the queens, but she's mostly like the Queen of Cups. But this one looks rather sexy and like she might have a touch of the devil about her. She's got that kind of those flowers around her waist, and she's holding she's holding aloft a lit, flaming wand, like the Queen of Wands that we know you are. So she's prepared to sort of be her passionate self, and that brings you into a new, amazing community of friends who share that ability to navigate the unconscious realms with you. I'm liking this so much, we're just going to carry on. So then, and then at the end, because we're in a cave, I'm really interested in Mary Magdalene at the moment. She had a lot to do with caves in southwestern France, southeastern France. And because we're in a burial place, and that also is relevant to her, because Mary Magdalene helped Jesus out of the cave, didn't she? So, or was the first to see him, whichever story you believe. I think we'll pick one of these really special Mary Magdalene cards that are about transmission, and you can screenshot it and see whether it means anything to you at the end. So, where are these people, these Libras, to start with? Got 2 of Wands. These 2 ladies looking out for something more, even though you're in the centre of your world. There is the sense with the 8 of Swords here that you're a little bit, you have to fight to be yourself, and so you might want something more, what's coming. And their expectations, the Emperor, but he looks like Jesus when I've just been mentioning Mary Magdalene. You expect to be in charge of this emotional realm, I think, and you want it to be more balanced because you're aware that you give so much. Oh my Lord, you should see what I'm looking at down here. This is going to be terrible. And so that's your expectations, to become more fair with the way that you look after people. But what's the unexpected with all of these? The 8 of Swords, it keeps turning up for you. The unexpected is, so it's turned up in 3 different positions now. The unexpected is that you can't cope with the way that you talk to yourself anymore. There's got to be an upgrade with it, even though you're so lovely. Even though, sorry, it was a message from my partner. Even though you're so lovely to everyone else, it's getting quite a lot, and there's something about not being so nice to yourself. So this one, she's sort of, she's almost in this most beautiful garden, and she can't see that bird that she's connected to, and she's tied up, and there's so much, it's as if you can't see how great everything is. But you've got the Magician, the High Priestess, this new start, this Hangman. What you've got to give up on is your 10 of Wands. You're being obsessive about potentially caring for other people, or whatever it is you're being obsessive about. And you need to recalibrate so that you can get this new offer from your intuition that's going to make things completely new. You are being asked to think about your thought processes. The ones that get really gnarly, feel like you've been round and round with them, the paranoia, the self-doubt, the criticism, all of those ones have now got to change. That's what you're being asked to do. They're too heavy, you need to put them down. Oh, we didn't finish with the rest of the positions. So then the advice with all this cutting out this negativity and using your intuition to do it, and doing it daily, learning a new routine, learning to be tough on yourself in the best way, not to give in. And the moon, which comes up right at the end, is part of your advice. Delve into that subconscious and be the kind of incredible leader of this moon space with his wild and tame dog on his shoulders. In fact, they both look like wild dogs, where he can actually lift them up. He can be in charge. That's got to be you now. That's got to be... You've got to use your intuition to daily work on breaking this. The ways that you might... It's worth thinking, the ways that you might be unkind to yourself. And then where it's all going, the High Priestess, these keep coming out, and the Queen of Coins. I love this. So to cap the fact that you're going to be passionately in a new life that comes from the subconscious with the moon and involves being this kind of sexy empress. We've now got the High Priestess and the Queen of Coins, who is the Queen of Pentacles, who's so highly valued, so incredibly revered and looked after and bougie and acknowledged. So all of those bad thoughts are going, and you're being, I would say you're being honoured for something that, from your mystical side, honoured for who you are in a mystical sense. It feels as if that becomes highly valued and you become this sexy, passionate new queen. I'm loving it. Right, I'm going to quickly do, I really like these cards for you. Let's do one animal apocryphy. I'm sitting on wild mint. It smells lovely. No sign of the hornet, which is good. One animal oracle card. It's opportunity. Oh my God. Okay, full disclosure. I think this is a woodpecker. And this is kind of incredible. The ancestors are really talking to me. I'm a Libra. So this is for me as well. And last night I dreamt about woodpeckers. And about a month ago, a woodpecker jumped in the course in front of... It was in the heat wave, which we've been having on and off in England. I was working my other job in events, and we'd finished and we were driving away down some beautiful country lanes, and I was with my goddaughter who was helping me. And this woodpecker jumped in front of us and just stood its ground and looked and started hopping towards the car and stopped us because we were going to hurt it. And I jumped out to see if it was thirsty or what was going on, and it flew off, but it definitely wanted to connect. So last night I dreamt about woodpeckers, and this morning I found a beautiful black and white feather, and I thought it was a form of, what do you call them, magpie. I thought maybe they were slightly different, although they don't look different here. And my boyfriend said, no, that's a woodpecker feather that I'd found. And here we have a woodpecker and a bee on this opportunity card. So it feels like this is really good for us Libras. Oh no, go away. Right, number 16. Woodpecker. The woodpecker is the only creature in the world that bangs its head against something 12,000 times a day. When woodpecker knocks on your card spread, it's a sign of resilience. Like woodpecker, you may be determined and persevere. If there seems to be an obstacle in your way, this is going to be a beautiful confirmation to keep going, because nothing can stop you. No one and nothing can take you down. In this card image, woodpecker is knocking on a red door of opportunity. This mysterious door is easily looked past, even though it's right in front of your face. However, it holds the emblem of the bee and shares this message. There is an approaching opportunity in alignment with stepping into a more expansive version of yourself and fulfilling yet another part of your purpose. Opportunity is approaching. You must be increasingly aware. Now is the time to raise your head like woodpecker and persevere, like that Seven of Wands. Persevere to undo yourself from these ideas of who you are, so you can see how beautiful you actually are in your garden, like this Eight of Swords, because she kept turning up for you. Nothing can break you. The red door of opportunity has finally bestowed its grace upon you. You are so close. There is a cascade of red doors lined up waiting for you. Once you enter through one door, you will be led to another. This is your moment. This is what you've been waiting for, but you must first take action and knock. These opportunities may come in the form of small requests you would ordinarily say no to. Any one of these seemingly small or arbitrary opportunities could be a doorway to something monumental to fulfilling your purpose. It is your choice whether to knock on this door. Woodpecker Medicine suggests you choose to knock. God, that's lovely. Well, that is very lovely for me, and I love it for you. It feels... I wonder what it is. I wonder what this opportunity is going to be. Let's pick one overall card because they're here, and then we'll do the Mary Magdalene. One overall card from this particular. We've got the Devil. No. Oh, what is this? We've got the Magician, or is that the Ace of Cups? One. It's a 1. Must be a Magician. Let me just double check. This is a new... Oh no, it could be a minor. So it's the Ace, but there's 2 cups in it. So we're going to have to read these intuitively because I haven't got the book with me and I don't know them. And then this card is Justice, is it? And which way round does it go? Like this. It's like an insect. It's a praying mantis with burning above it. And a zebra. And the sense of... Maybe the zebra with the black and white reminds me of the High Priestess, those 2 pillars that she can meld the positive and negative with. And this, it feels like burning bush. Is there something sort of, you're going to have a revelation? I don't know, how amazing. Right. Got one. It's as it was having a really good feed. Let's do these Mary Magdalene cards. These are a kind of transmission, and I found them very magical. Please help Libra and me with this message of renewal, of stepping out of negative thinking into a new kind of high status spiritual acknowledgement. We've got too many. Maybe they don't want to come. It might be the kind of thing that you have to do personally. In which case, if they don't come, I will just give you the name of the deck. To just one card, please, about this spread. Infinite Love Meridian, Structured Flow, and Heart Sentience was also trying to get out, which epic expansion is on the way in a growth spurt, ripe and supported to realise your desires. And resources require clear pathways to come into your life, open the way to grow with structure and flow. I'm going to show you these 2 pictures and you can screenshot them. So maybe, do you remember we talked about what to clear out? That's that one. And then there's this one. You can meditate on these images. And screenshot them if that feels right for you. Let me see if I can read the book, or did we bring the book? Yep. Can't believe it, I've got away with not getting particularly bitten while I've been here, and now I've really done it. All right, Infinite Love Meridian, Structured Flow. Let's see. Structured Flow 84. So this pack is called Magdalene Manifestation Cards, Create Abundance Through Love, and they're really beautiful. The Infinite Love Meridian taps into the source of all your manifestations and shifts your focus from finite amount of abundance coming from a limited source to one being connected to the infinite source of all abundance, which is source. A meridian is a pathway of energy that naturally flows through your system and the earth and illuminates the non-physical network and connects all that there is with all that there is. This network of meridians creates pathways between physical and non-physical. When you draw this card, it's an opportunity to amplify this magical network of connections, to bring you into a vibrational proximity with that which you are choosing to create. Your manifestations are always much closer than you realise. At times they are simply looking for a pathway to find you, a meridian by which they must come into your life. This code is an invitation to expand. Perhaps it's time to create new streams of income, networks of relationships, a structure for your time, or ways for your energy and body to play. Open the way by taking action towards your dreams and being the individual you always want, who has what you desire. And then the actual part, there's 2 cards in each one. And this one says, the key to creating expansion is simultaneously having wider pathways for resources to flow to you, as well as aligned containers to receive and nurture abundance so it stays in your life. Perhaps you have a pattern of playing hot potato with abundance, where money comes in and goes right out again, or supportive relationships enter your life and then quickly leave again. In order to sustain and expand multi-dimensional wealth, it's important to widen your abundance muscle. Again, you can channel an ocean of water through a small riverbank and store it in a thimble. Your manifestations are actualized for a combination of being connected to source, having a pathway for good to flow into your life, and containers for it to pool within. The Infinite Love Meridian Code clears out energetic clutter, stuckness and stagnancy, and aligns your system with structured flow so that you are tapped into an infinite supply of abundance that regenerates in your life. Drawing this card constitutes an invitation to play an even bigger game, to expand your targets beyond what you believed is possible. If you've been playing small, hiding out, or pinching off your connection to source and resources, you're encouraged to create bigger containers and playgrounds to play in. On the physical plane, this may mean moving into a larger office space, opening a new bank account, creating additional streams of income, friends, exercise, or adding new activities. Oh. If you've been too structured, micromanaging, overthinking or over-planning, you're guided to follow your energy to get into states of superflow where you're led by your inner guidance. If you've been leaning heavily on inner guidance, that's our high priestess that keeps turning up. If you've been leaning heavily on being in the flow and avoiding having structures in place, your abundance is asking you to lean into the masculine. Masculine love meridian, to embrace the structures that will support all aspects of your creations. This way, the money, relationships, time, purpose, or energy come into your life. You're able to sustain this expansion and deepen it. Combining all aligned structures with inspired flow always outcreates manifesting with only structure or flow alone, and ultimately leads to cultivating more abundance. Embrace the sacred union of the two. And then Infinite Love Meridian, structured flow, that's what we just read. And then Heart Sentience, Mega Manifester. I like that. So clear up, clear out, get the right container for what's coming to you. Heart Sentience 128. This is an irrevocable knowing, a coherent form of communication. In a laser-quick guidance system, this code supports you in making aligned decisions from your higher knowing with adeptness. When you communicate heart-to-heart in coherent energy, the circulation of love between you and others expands. This is a path of enlightenment or enlovenment, where you hold, transmit and circulate higher states of consciousness as a given. Wherever you go, more love is created. The entire conversation, am I worthy, do I deserve it, dissipates. That's very 8 of Swords that we're trying to get rid of. You've tapped into your vibrational recognition guiding system, which is a mega manifestation tool, a supercharged power to create expansive results. Inherent in Heart Sentience is deep attunement to the divine order and well-being that naturally resides in the universe. It's a choice and a stance to create from a place of non-attachment while deeply knowing the universe has your back and things are always working out for your highest good. And for the good of all. We often speak of this elevated consciousness as creating from a place of all is well, what now? Which is very different from something is wrong that needs to be fixed, or lack-based consciousness of something being missing. Instead, you start your creation from a place of wholeness and knowing that all is well, and you continue creating from that set point. This is the way you can do what you know needs to be done, say what needs to be said, and be neutral or unattached on the outcome. This allows energy to circulate in magical and life-enhancing ways. And the Mega Manifester, which is one of the 2 cards for this one, says, This code widens your bandwidth of receiving, having and gifting from the heart of your heart to the heart of others, making you a mega manifester and broadcaster of high vibrational wisdom. When you transmit energy from your heart sentience, including all your communication with others in the universe, there's a palpable quality and synergy to your words and energy. Communicating your desires from your heart sentience is potent, an invocation of truth and magic. When you pull this card, you're invited to broadcast your choices for the day, and your manifestation spreads from the altar of the heart sentience code of love. This wish, desire, or choice travels from your heart through the divine pathways of communication directly to the heart of source, and then broadcasts through the divine pathways of communication to the altar of all the hearts of those whom the manifestation involves. For example, if you are actualizing a relationship, whether it's with a friend, staff member, becoming pregnant with a child, when you have this card as part of your manifestation team, your energetic signal goes out from your heart to the heart of source. It's broadcast directly through the highest communication of heart coherence. When this happens, the perfectly matched relationships are magnetized to you. When you meet the other individual, it's like you've known each other for a very long time and you are picking up a conversation where you left off. With this on your manifestation team, what you are transmitting... Oh, sorry, that's not very loving, but... what you're transmitting as you lead, teach and offer your gifts to others is received on a deeper level. Life is about the hearts you touch. Allow this code to open your heart more to communicate from the space of open-heartedness and high heart wisdom. Being a mega manifestor is like being someone who's very fertile choosing to get pregnant, or planting seeds in nutrient-rich soil, and you've got that seed as your unexpected. Maybe this is your unexpected, maybe you're mega manifesting and that's your unexpected thing that feels like it, that you're growing. Sorry. Oh. Planting a seed in nutrient-fertile soil. When the heart sentience comes into your card spread, it means that you're in a growth spurt and there is tons of support for your desires to come into form. You're on a path of expansion, and heart sentience is a stabilizer of high vibration so that you can continue to grow from a place of strength and stability. Receiving, sharing and having are acts of strength. Receiving, sharing, having are acts of strength. Circulating love is an act of strength. Being in the space of infinite love, Meridian and the heart sentience, watch your life bloom, like that beautiful Ace of Pentacles. And in sacred geometry environment is a sacred geometry environment that holds space for the highest possible outcome and also a capacity to circulate heart communication. It helps you navigate the path as a mega manifestor from deep knowing of the High Priestess. Take a moment to meditate on the heart sentient key and the hologram beings and visualize them in your heart of your home, career, connection with the source and manifestation altar to create coherence and boost all that you do with the highest energetic infusion of source energy. That's so lovely. Right, until I get even worse, bitten up. Thank you, see you again.